Good morning. Welcome to our part 2 of our Get Fit with Yoga series. Today will be for beginners, not for absolute beginners, but for those who feel a little bit fitter and would like to progress in their journey. So if you're here to maybe lose a little bit of weight, I think it's always a good idea to look at yourself with compassion and ask what happened to you. Why do you need to lose weight? What are the reasons that you gained weight in the first place? It may be just your circumstances. Maybe you're a shift worker. Maybe you just had a baby. Maybe you're going through menopause, or you're living in an area where there's simply no access to fresh food. It could also be that you experienced something in the past that has shaped you. For example, you were always forced to finish your plate when you were little. That was certainly the case for me growing up in East Germany. Or you have been rewarded with food and now you're carrying on this pattern. So this is what I see quite often, that people reward themselves with food. So look at yourself, as I said, with compassion, ask what happened, and take it from there, your change, if you do want to change. Okay, but let's start with a little bit of yoga. So today will be a little bit harder than in the previous video, but still accessible for beginners. We start in a standing position. So come to the top of your mat, have your arms by your side, lift your 10 toes up, lower them down. Root your tailbone down, hug your ribs in, lift through the chest and relax the shoulders. Bring your chin parallel to the mat and lengthen through the crown of the head. Have your palms facing forward, your hands are engaged, fingers are straight. And then take an inhale, raise your arms, palms touch. And exhale, slowly fold forward. So first you have your back straight and then you round your back. Bend your knees slightly, have your fingers on the mat in line with your toes. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift, everything straightens out. Hands go to your shins, shoulders away from the ears, belly sucked in, neck is long. Take another inhale here and exhale, bend your knees, place your hands firmly on the mat, spread your fingers, step back into a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a few times in your down dog. Then release your heels down. Now lift your heels up so you're on your toes. Bend your knees. And bring your belly towards your thighs. Hold here. Crown of the head comes towards the mat. And then release your heels down. So your legs may not straight all the way. Good. And again, you're raising your heels up. You bend your knees and bring your belly towards your thighs. And then maintain the torso as it is. You may feel a deeper stretch here. And then start to release your heels down. Straighten out your legs a little bit. One more time. So your heels come up, belly towards your thighs, hold here, and then release your heels down. So super intense stretch for the upper back, for the shoulders, for the sides of your body. And then look towards your hands. Slowly walk your feet forward. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift, everything straightens, hands come onto your shins, and exhale, fold forward. Fingers on the mat in line with your toes. Bend your knees. Come up with a straight back. Take your arms with you over your head. Palms touch. Look up towards your thumbs. Stretch. And Samasthiti on an exhale. Arms by your side. Again, inhale, raise. So we're speeding it up a little bit. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Holding here, paddle your feet. And then raise your heels again. Bend your knees, bring your belly towards your thighs. Maintain your torso as it is and release your heels down. Stay here. Now come forward into a plank pose. Bring your shoulders further forward. So your shoulders go beyond your wrist. Place your knees down. Spin your elbow crease so they're facing forward. Have a look at your hands. Are your fingers still spread? Is the whole of your hand pressing down? And then bend the elbows backwards and press up again. Neck stays long. Bend backwards. Press up. 3 more like this. You don't have to bend your elbows a lot. And up. Engage your glutes. The ribs stay together. You do not collapse into your hips. And I think this was the last one. Sit to here and downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, bend your knees slightly. You can either walk forward or step forwards. One foot comes forward and then the other foot comes forward. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Inhale, raise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Hold your plank. And then place your knees down. So your knees are underneath the hips now. You're in all fours. Do some circles with your hips in one direction. Keep your shoulders still and steady. Your shoulders stay above your wrist. Keep your fingers spread and your neck long. And then go in the other direction. So nice big circles here. And then come into a neutral position. Hold here, cat and cow. Inhale, raise your hips, drop your belly, lift your chest, look forward. Shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, tuck your tailbone under, round your back, chin to chest last. And again, inhale, start with the hips. And you're arching, lifting the gaze forward. And then again, you start with the hips. You tuck your tailbone under, round your lower, middle, upper back, and chin to chest. Do a few more in your own time. So on an inhale, you're arching. And on an exhale, you're rounding. Keep going. So I'm saying start with the hips. And then gradually start to arch and round. You get a nice feeling for your spine. You want to be able to feel your body. To become aware of the body, to become aware of the spine. So only if you have a good connection to your body, you will be able to love your body, to nurture it, to nourish it, and do it some good. All right, and then next time you take an inhale, come into a neutral position, holding here. Tuck your toes under. Stay here. And then bring your hips towards your heels. Press your hands into the mat. You want to feel a stretch in the soles of your feet. So feet are undervalued, underrated. So get a good stretch here. And then come forward slightly. Lift your knees up for your downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. And release your heels down. So you can walk your feet forward again, or you step forward. If you're stepping forward, take the other foot this time. So it's probably the left foot. So first the left foot comes forward, then the right foot. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Okay, let's try a proper classic sun salutation. Take an inhale, raise your arms, palms touch. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Everything is straight. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward, knees down. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. So your hips, your belly and your torso touch the mat at the same time if you can. Point your toes. Your elbows squeeze backwards, shoulders away from the ears. Lift up into a cobra pose. Stay here for a moment, holding here. So you want to use the strength of your back to lift yourself or your torso up. Hold here. Good. And then lower down. So nose comes to hover. Press yourself up. Sit to heel. And downward facing dog. Release your heels down. So that was the first part of a sun salutation. You're staying in down dog just to catch the breath. And then bend your knees. Look towards your hands. And you can step or walk your feet forward again. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Relax your head down. Inhale, come up, palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Let's do one more. We're going to speed it up. So use your breathing if you can. If you're getting a bit confused, don't worry. It will come to you. So inhale, raise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward, knees down. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale, point your toes, lift up into a cobra. And exhale, sit to heel, downward facing dog. Stay here. Inhale and exhale. So always inhale and exhale through the nose. And bend your knees, look towards your hands and step your feet forward or walk. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, come up, palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Warrior one, right foot stays forward. Take a step back with the left leg. So as you step back, already take your arms up with you. So you're stepping back and take the arms up. Hips face forward, chest faces forward. Back leg is super engaged. So press the outer edge of your foot down. Holding here. So your feet are on train tracks in Warrior One. Hips and chest face forward. We will transition into Warrior Two from here. For Warrior Two, you will need to have your feet on a tightrope. So straighten out your front leg. Heel to the front foot in a little bit. Your back toes, they may want to face out and you can widen your stance. And then open your arms, hips, chest, bend your front knee and you're holding here. You're in your Warrior Two, reaching through the fingertips, shoulders above your hips. Hold here and then bend your front elbow. So your right elbow is bent. Place the elbow onto the thigh. The other arm comes up towards the sky. And then next to the ear, palm facing down. Reaching through the fingertips. Bend your front leg a little bit deeper. Both shoulders are away from the ears. Holding here. And breathe for 3 more. 2 and 1. Look down. Come up into your Warrior Two again. And then with control, step forward to the top of the mat. Samasthiti. Arms by your side. Other side. So right leg will step back, feet on train tracks. Step back, Warrior One. Holding here. Front leg is bent. Knees and toes face in the same direction. Back leg is engaged. So press the outer edge of your foot down. Hold here. Engage your glutes. Switch them on. Ribs together. Reach to the fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears. Transition into Warrior Two. Straighten out your front leg. Heel to the foot in. Maybe bring the back foot back a little bit. And then open your arms, hips, chest. Bend your front knee. Make sure your knee and your toes face in the same direction. Holding here. And breathe. And then bend your left elbow. Place the elbow onto the thigh. Other arm comes up towards the sky and then next to the ear. Reach to the fingertips. Both ears are away. No, not both ears. Both shoulders are away from the ears. Holding here. And then look down. Keep your front leg bent. Come back into your Warrior Two. Hold, prepare. Take 1 step back forward. Samasthiti. Arms by your side. Well done. Let's try a little balancing pose. So come a little bit further back on your mat. And then step back into high lunge with the left leg. So your left heel is facing up. So don't overdo it. Yeah, really just a small step. Now take your arms up towards the sky again. So lunge is a little bit harder than a Warrior One because your heel is up. Both set of toes face towards 12 o'clock. Now bring your left knee into the chest. And as you do that, your arms come next to you. So you're lifting up and knee comes towards the chest. Balance here. And then with control, step back into your high lunge again. Arms up. Reach to the fingertips. So no putting arms, strong arms. And again, you bring the knee towards the chest. Arms next to you. I know this is hard. And then step back again. Okay, let's do 3 more. Try and have your toes still facing towards 12 o'clock. Okay, coming up and stepping back. Last 2. Come up, step back. 1 more. Come up, step back, and then step to the top of the mat. Samasthiti, well done. Other side. Right foot steps back. Heel is facing up towards the sky and both set of toes towards 12 o'clock. Take your arms next to you. Okay, you're steady, you're ready. And then bring your knee into the chest. So now you're balancing on the left leg, which is harder for me. And then step back again. And again, your knee comes towards the chest. Hold here for a moment. Yeah, you can also take your arms to the side if that helps you with the balance. and then step back. So 3 more. We're going to do those a little bit faster. So 1, 2, and last 1. Step back and then step forward to the top of the mat. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Place your hands onto your hips. Bend your knees. Toes face forward. So your feet are parallel to each other. Yeah, so maybe have your big toes turn in slightly. And then fold forward. Keep your back as straight as you can for as long as you can. Maybe your belly comes onto your thighs. Now, get hold of your big toes, middle index finger and thumb. Press your big toe down. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here, relax your neck. So some of you will have the belly on the thighs and the knees bent. Others, the belly won't quite reach the thighs. Both is absolutely fine. You want to feel a stretch in the hamstrings. So don't get too hooked on straightening out the legs. Okay, so shift the weight forward slightly. And if you like, you can raise your hips a little bit higher. And breathe for 3 more. 2. And 1. Now bend your knees, bend them a lot. Shift the weight towards your heels. Release your hands, extend your arms forward. Your belly's on your thighs, belly's on your thighs. So bend your knees, bend them more. And then slowly raise your torso up, holding here. So my legs are on fire. Lift the chest more, have your arms straight. If it's too much with the arms, place your hands onto your hips. Lift the chest higher. Keep your knees bent. My knees are not bent a lot. Holding here. But I can really feel it in my thighs. Holding here. And then slowly straighten your legs up and release your arms by your side. Okay, I hope you're still with me for our arm sweating. There's always a little cardio round. So cardio is quite good, or rather high intensity interval training, but we're not quite there yet. If you want to maybe burn some calories or even lose some weight. Okay, so for cardio, what are we going to do today? You extend the arms forward, you bend your knees slightly. Option A, you lift your heels up and bring your arms next to you. So let's all do a few of those. Yeah, so you're going nice and slow. Good. And if cardio, if jumping is not for you, you can keep doing that. Maybe you speed it up a little bit, go a little bit faster, or instead of coming onto your toes, you jump. A small jump, a soft jump. No putting arms, okay? All right, and go. Jump and jump and jump. Jump. Oh, I need the song. Jump. Sorry, jump wrong. Okay, let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Have your knees bent and then slowly straighten your legs and shake them out. Shake your arms out as well. Okay, so we're not absolute beginners anymore. We are beginners, so we'll do a second round of cardio. For that, have your feet turned out and your legs a little bit wider, and you bend your knees sideways. Hands, I don't know, on your hips for now. So same thing, you have your knees bent and then you straighten your legs and you're lifting your heels up and you lower them down again. And you lift and lower. So heels down and knees are bent. Yeah, got it? And again, lift your heels, straighten your legs. So you can keep doing that if you do not want to jump. Or, I think for that it's better to have the arms in front of you. You jump. You jump. Okay? All right, so go ahead whenever you can and jump. And jump. Jump. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then straighten your legs and release. Okay, since we're here with the legs wide, bring them even wider. Have your feet parallel to each other, so toes turned in slightly. Place your hands onto your hips. Take an inhale, lengthen, lift, and exhale, fold forward. Place your fingertips on the mat. Maybe bring your legs a little bit wider if you can't quite reach the mat, Or you can bend your knees. Walk your hands back until your fingers are in line with your toes. Holding here. And then maybe relax your head down. So some of you maybe have the whole palm of the hand on the mat. If that's the case, you would bend the elbows backwards, squeeze them towards each other, and maybe shift the weight forward. Holding here. Couple more inhales and exhales. And then straighten out your back, looking forward slightly. Place your hands onto your hips and then come up with a straight back. Heel to your feet together. And then face forward again. Option A, get hold of your opposite elbows behind your back. Option B is a bit harder. Place your palms together, fingers facing down. Option C, palms together, fingers facing up. Yeah? Give it a go. Fingers facing up, like so. Now step back with your left foot. Hips face forward, both legs are straight. So back toes face towards 11 or 10 o'clock. Hold here. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward over your right leg. Look towards your right big toe. If you have your elbows together, simply stay. If you have your palms together, start to lift the elbows up. Holding here, but keep your palms pressed. And then slowly come up. Step forward. Step back with the right. Make sure your hips and chest face forward. Both legs are straight. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. Gaze is your big toe. If you have your palms together, press them and lift the elbows up. Holding here. And then slowly come up. Step forward and release your arms. Shake out your hands. Relax the shoulders. Have your feet parallel to each other. So toes turn in slightly. Bring your chin towards your chest. Now start to suck your belly in and round all the way forward until your hands are on the mat. Bend your knees, spread your fingers, step back into your downward facing dog. So one leg, then the other leg. And then release your heels down. So let's give it a go to come into Warrior One from here. So bring your right foot behind your right wrist. If your foot comes halfway down the mat, get hold of it with your right hand and hop it forward. Left heel down and then come up into your Warrior One. Hips face forward, back leg is straight and engaged. And then release your hands down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Other side. Left foot behind your left wrist. Again, give it a helping hand if it needs to. Release the other heel down, which is your right heel. And then you're coming up into your Warrior One. Shoulders relaxed, ribs together. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release your hands onto the mat. Step back into a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. And then lower your knees onto the mat. You're in all fours. You can either swing your legs around in order to sit down, or you cross your legs, rolling over the hips, and you're sitting down. Straighten out your legs in front of you. Sit up tall. So Dandasana, staff posture. Your hands are left and right of your hips, fingers face forward. Bend your knees slightly, maybe to begin with, but keep your legs engaged, yeah? So your toes face up. And then sit tall. Lengthen the crown of the head. Hold here. So nice posture, yeah? Bend your knees. Good. Flex your feet. Toes face up. And then you can play around with maybe straightening out the legs. But as you straighten your legs and your back starts to round, keep your knees bent. Good. If you have your legs straight, bend your knees now. Then take your arms underneath your legs. So you're hugging them, basically. Get hold of the opposite elbow if you can. Try not to have your knees touching, so your feet are a little bit apart, and so are your knees. Now slowly start to move your heels away from you, so your legs go a bit straighter, and you're coming into a forward fold from here. Okay? So feet are still flexed, toes face up, and keep your neck long. And then slowly release. So you're releasing your hugged knees. Yes, you're releasing your hands only, your arms. Place your hands left and right of you. You're still in your forward fold. So play around here. How does it feel? If you want to come up a little bit more, do that. If you want to fold forward more and maybe get hold of your feet, you can do that as well. So my knees are still bent. There's no shame in that. There's a sneeze off camera. And then slowly come up, back into a seated position. And relax your legs for a moment. Now, bring your legs together. Point your toes. You know what, let's keep it easier. Bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the mat. Bring your hands behind you, fingers facing towards you. And then lift your hips up into a tabletop position. Holding here. Suck your belly in. Fingers face towards you. Hold here. Hips higher, hips higher, a little bit higher, and then slowly, slowly lower down. Okay, so you're leaning backwards. Let's just keep it like this. Get hold of one thigh, get hold of the other thigh. Lift the chest. Raise one foot up, raise the other foot up. Holding here. You can stay like this. Or you're letting go of your thighs. Extend your arms forward. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders away from the ears. Holding here for 3 more. 2 and 1. Place your feet down. Extend your arms forward. Sit up tall. And then with control, make sure you have space behind you. You lower down, down, and down. Have your arms by your side. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Good. Your arms stay where they are. You can bring your legs together. Keep a 90-degree angle behind your knees. And then lift your hips up. So your knees come towards your chin. And then bring them back into tabletop. And again, so nice and slow. And back into tabletop. So make sure your lower back is not arching. Few more. Let's do one more. And then keep your legs in a tabletop position. Interlace your hands behind your head. Keep your big toes touching. Bring your knees a little bit wider. Lift your head, lift your shoulders up. Now bring your elbows and knees towards each other. Don't let them touch though. That's too far. Yeah. So keep the elbows as they are. And then lower down again. And then use your breathing. So on an exhale, you're lifting your hips. You're lifting your torso. On an inhale, you're coming back to your starting position with the head hovering. Keep your head heavy in your hands. And then keep going. So on an exhale, you're lifting. On an inhale, you're lowering. Chin stays off the chest. Keep your neck as long as you can and head heavy in your hands. Then bring your elbows towards each other. Don't go too fast, no. Do go slowly. Don't go too fast and no swinging. So even if this is a tiny movement, this is good. You're working on your deep abdominals here. Let's do one more. And release. Hug your knees into your chest, roll from side to side. Let's do a little bit for the obliques. So one more round of core. Have your hands interlaced. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Lift your head, your shoulders up. Now find where your right and your left is. Tap your left toes down. As you do that, you rotate your torso towards the right. And then you're coming back to your starting position. And then tap the right toes down and you're rotating to the left. Move slowly and then back to your starting position. Use your breathing. So inhale here and exhale. You're rotating. Inhale center. Exhale. Other side. Inhale center and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. So do a few more. And again, you keep the chin off the chest. Your head stays heavy in the hands. You do not bring your elbows towards each other. Make sure your lower back stays grounded. So if you feel a pinch in the lower back, don't tap down. You're only moving the knee a little bit away from you. That's all, yeah? Okay, so let's do one more round. Make sure you're finishing by rotating to the left and then release. Hug your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. Place your left foot on the mat. Bring your right knee towards your right armpit. Hold here for a moment. Really bring it as close to the armpit as you can. And then you take your right arm inside the right knee. Lift the foot up. So we're doing half happy baby pose. Catch the outer edge of the foot. So your arm is on the inside and you're taking the outer edge of the foot. Now pull your knee down towards the mat. Holding here. And release, switching sides. So bring your left knee towards the chest, then towards the armpit, and really pull it close. Hold like that for a moment. Now bring your left arm inside your left knee. Lift the foot up, catch the outer edge of your foot. And then pull the knee down. So half happy baby pose. Holding here. And release. Both legs at the same time. So you're bringing your knees towards your chest, then towards your armpit. So pull them close. And take your arms inside your legs, inside your knees. Lift the feet up. Flex the feet. Catch the outer edges of your feet. And then pull the knees down. Keep your tailbone long. Holding here. And release. Good. Place both of your feet on the mat. Extend your right leg up towards the sky. Get hold of your thigh and then gently pull the leg towards you. Bring the leg up again. So the right leg is still up towards the sky. Flex your foot. See if you can straighten out your left leg now. So you're creating an L shape with the leg. And then bring the leg across the midline towards the left, just a little bit. Till you feel the stretch in the IT band, in the glutes. So should start from the hips and going all the way to the calf. Holding here. Foot is flexed. And then bring the leg up again. Get hold of your thigh again. Pull the leg towards you. Maybe walk your hands up. Maybe raise your torso up. So you're laying down splits. Hold here. And release. Place your right foot flat on the mat. Bring your left knee towards the chest. Now straighten out the left leg towards the sky. Get hold of your thigh. Pull the leg towards you gently. Holding here. And then let go a little bit. Straighten out your right leg. You're creating an L shape with your legs. Flex your left foot. Bring the leg across the midline towards the right. Just a bit until you feel the stretch. Keep your hips grounded. Holding here. And then slowly bring the leg up again. Get hold of your thighs. Pull the leg towards you. You can stay here or you can walk your hands up. You can lift your torso up as well. And you're laying down splits. If your knees bend, no problem at all. And then slowly release. Bring both of your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. Place your feet flat on the mat. Bring your heels close towards your hips. Arms are next to you. Tuck your tailbone under. Raise your hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, up. And then slowly lower down again and release completely. And again, on an inhale, you tuck your tailbone under. You're raising your hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, up. And then on an exhale, you slowly lower down and you're releasing completely. Inhale, you're lifting. And exhale, you're lowering. So roll down vertebra for vertebra as much as you can. Next time you're coming up, you stay up. See if you can bring your hips a little bit higher. Hold here. Maybe start to interlace your hands. Maybe straighten out your arms even. Hold here and breathe for 3 more. 2. Keep your feet grounded. Don't let your knees come apart. And then release your hands and slowly lower down all the way. Take your left ankle. Place your left ankle above the right knee. So we're preparing for our figure 4 stretch. You can stay here, or you're bringing your right knee into the chest and you're threading through. So you have a little gap here, you're threading through. It's a little bit easier to get a hold of your thigh. So right thigh and then pull towards you. Make sure your knees are okay with that and your left foot is flexed and that the ankle isn't twisted. And then slowly release. Other side. So both feet are on the mat and then bring your right ankle above the left knee. Stay here. And then if you like, you bring your left knee into the chest, get hold of your thigh and gently pull it towards you. So right foot is flexed. Hold here. And then slowly release. Now, bring your right knee into the chest, really hug it close towards the chest and straighten your left leg out. We'll do a twist here. Release your right hand next to you. Use your left hand to guide the right knee all the way across the midline to the left side. And maybe your foot and or your knee will come close towards the mat. Try and keep your right shoulder on the mat. Holding here. So it should feel good. And then slowly come up. Switching sides. So bring your left knee into the chest, straighten out your right leg onto the mat. Hug your knee close. Release the left hand down. Use your right hand to guide the knee across the midline and over towards the right. Holding here. And then slowly come up again. Bring both of your knees into the chest and roll from side to side. So option A, you come rolling onto the side, press yourself up into a seated position, or you start to walk forwards and backwards until you are sitting down. I have one more for the hamstrings here. Straighten out your legs. Bring your right knee on top of the left. So you're folding your right leg back. Yeah? They're on top of each other. Keep your straight leg relaxed. And then you can round your back as you fold forward. And you should feel a very intense stretch in your left leg. Hold here. And then slowly come up. Release. Switch sides. And then fold forward. And then slowly come up again. Shake out your legs. Shake out your wrists. And come into a comfortable seated position. We finish with a short breathing exercise. What we do is we'll inhale, we hold the breath, we exhale and hold the breath out. And then we're going to go again. Okay, so you can place your hands to your thighs or in your lap. Relax the shoulders. But find a good posture for your seated position. And take an inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold your breath out. Inhale. Hold in. Exhale. Hold out. Inhale. Hold in. And exhale. Hold out. One more round. Inhale. Hold in. Exhale. Hold out. And then take another inhale. Place your palms together in front of your heart. Watering system coming on again. Rub your palms. Cover your eyes, forehead. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, mouth. And release. Open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. Until the next level. Namaste.